So, wie seid ihr auf die Idee gekommen?
How did you get the idea to invent Skylander or the new Skylander Trap Forces?
Well, we invented Skylanders largely from how we imagined the toys behave when we were children. We imagined that they were alive. And so by creating toys that come to life in a video game, it's really just fulfilling that fantasy from our childhood. Are we going to translate back and forth, by the way, or should I just...
No, we translate it later.
Oh, okay, great. And in Trap Team, so Skylanders Trap Team is our new game this year, and in it, we go one step further. People love Skylanders, but they actually liked some of the villains, like Chompy Mage and Chaos. And so this year, when we were trying to figure out what was new, we thought, well, what if you could play as the enemies? So first you have to defeat them, and then we'll create this new kind of trap toy. We love the way the shiny plastic looks, and so you slam it in there to catch them. And so now there's two different ways to collect. You can collect toys, or you can collect villains. And then of course, if you get all the way to the end of the game, you can get Chaos himself.
Okay.
Was Neues?
Ja, was gibt's Neues im Spiel?
What new features are in the game available?
Wow. Well, first off, it's really all about the new characters. So we have the Trap Masters. Not only can they open up new areas, but they also are really good at fighting the villains. So if you're in a villain fight that you can't beat with a normal Skylander, then a Trap Master is great. Of course, if you have Spyro from the first game, or Cynder, and you've leveled her up to 20th level and she has all of her upgrades, she'll be able to fight the villains too. But when you have a villain in a trap and a Skylander on the portal, you really have two playable characters. So one of the big new features we call Tag Team, and that allows you to instantly switch back and forth between these two characters. So the powers of this character and the powers of this character can be combined. Say we have a character called Chill Bill. He has a freeze ray, and he can freeze enemies. So you can freeze an enemy and then switch to another character and run up and hit them with a close range attack. And we also have a villain who's named Broccoli Guy. He's made of broccoli. And he is a life villain, and he can create a healing circle. So he'll create a healing circle, and then you can switch to your Skylander and stand in it and heal. So figuring out which villain powers you want, which Skylander powers you want, it adds a level of depth to the tactics.
So wird es auch Lightcore-Figuren und Special-Figuren geben?
Will there any Lightcore Special Editions?
We haven't announced any this year yet, so I can't really talk about those now. Sorry.
Okay. Warum kann man jetzt die Minis spielen?
Why are no the mini Skylanders playable?
Well, when we first created, these little sidekicks,
yes,
they were really special editions, and they were hard to find, and they didn't fight. They just sort of followed you around and danced. And our fans said two things. One, they want to be able to play them like real Skylanders. And two, they would really like to be able to buy them because they were all gone. So we brought back all 8 of the original characters, and we made them full Skylanders. So now you can play as them, level them up, buy upgrades, put on their hats. They're full Skylanders. And then we added 8 more, so we have a total of 16 minis. And really, one of the things about them is that they're just the cutest Skylanders ever. And the tablet, with the tablet portal, you can take your tablet and the portal, and it's the entire game. Plus, the minis are so small, you can take a lot of them with you in your pack and take them on vacation or to your parents' house or to your room. And it's just a very convenient way to carry Skylanders around. Plus, they're really cute. I love this guy.
Warum jetzt das Flat? Warum nicht schon früher?
Why is the tablet version now and not earlier?
Well, that's a good question. One reason was that the power of tablet computing has changed very dramatically over the past 2 to 3 years. we've been thinking about the tablet version for a long time, and Cloud Patrol came out and then Lost Isles, but they weren't the real game. They weren't the complete game of Skylanders, and we were waiting for the tablets that children had to get powerful enough to play the complete game. And this last year, that what we call a tipping point, enough of those were out there that it became possible for us to do. So we really, we have a sister studio, Vicarious Visions, and they made Swap Force last year. And so we made the console game, and they took that game and brought it to the tablet. Plus, they built this hardware, and this is a portable portal and wireless, but it has this full controller built in. And this was so that, have you seen this? This is so you could play Skylanders the way you can on the console. It's a real controller with all of the shoulder buttons and the face buttons and the dual sticks. And so that means, and also you can take your tablet and put it in there, and then it's the full game. It's all of the Skylanders, even 175 Skylanders from the 3 games before this. They're all playable. If I level up my character here, I can take him to the Wii U or to the Xbox One. This becomes a full equal partner. And have you seen the tablet at all?
Yeah, we saw the tablet in a demonstration.
Great. The graphics, the frame rate, they're all identical to like the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. They're very high quality.
Was ist Ihr Lieblingselement und Ihr Lieblings-Skylander?
What's your favorite element in Skylander?
Oh, well, my favorite element is the undead. Oftentimes people think of the undead as being evil or scary, and I like, they're just like everybody else, except they want you to be dead. But really, they're fun and friendly people. But in terms of this year, my favorite character is probably this guy, because I love dinosaurs, and he sort of combines the best of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and rocket launchers and a helicopter and robot legs. He's got everything. But I also very much like Headrush. She is, I like Vikings and I like Valkyries, and so she is this great, big, strong warrior, and she can pound her feet and cause earthquakes, or she can yodel, and so she is a great character.
Okay. Wird es zukünftig neue Elemente geben?
Will there any new elements in the future?
We're not talking about that quite.
Okay. Wird es auch eine neue Cynder-Figur geben?
Will there a new Cynder version?
I don't think we've announced that either. I apologize. We like to keep secrets to reveal throughout the year, and that one we haven't talked about yet. But I love Cynder. I like undead characters, and I actually like the female characters quite a bit. So for me, Cynder was the best. She was undead, female, and from the original Spyro series, so I really like her.
Spielen sich Elemente noch aus, wie Untot ist stark gegen Leben?
Do the elements have any weaknesses like undead and live life?
Yes, in the player versus player from previous years, we built in sort of like a natural relationship, like I don't know what it is in German, John Kempo or rock, scissors, paper. So there is a natural, this element is strong against this element, and so there's a natural circle. I don't know if we ever actually revealed the details on that, but we do believe that there is a natural competition between opposing elements like the undead and life, or fire and water. But also, they're all Skylanders, so we can't make them completely opposed to each other.
Hey, was ist Ihr Lieblingsspiel?
What's your favorite game from all the games?
Oh, that's hard. Actually, I think hide and seek. Hide and seek, to be honest, because I love playing with other people physical games, and it's sneaky, and it requires you to be smart and fast, and it's something that you don't need anything to play it. So I really like that. In terms of video games, I like Skylanders, of course, but I like strategy games. And I'm the studio head for Toys for Bob, so I spend a lot of my time at work. And so when I get home, I mostly play on tablets. So I play, strategy games on tablets and then retro games as well. I love games from the 90s that I played with my kids, and I love games from the 80s, some that I made. And so that's mostly what I play.
Okay. So last question. Can you say in German, Cynder.de ist klasse?
Cynder.de ist klasse.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.